is so very important in this day and age to work on yourself, because if you do not work on yourself, you won't understand yourself better. And the ability to understand yourself better will propel you in levels or to levels that you never ever thought of. I was talking to my uncle over the weekend, and I was having a lot of questions about my existence and where I'm at right now in my life. And he told me, he said that I cannot answer those questions to you. I cannot answer those questions for you. You are the only person to answer those questions. However, in order for you to answer those questions, you need to write things down. You need to ask yourself those questions. You need to write them down. You need to look back on your life. And now you need to write the story that you are at right now. You need to understand where you're coming from, where you are, and where you're trying to go. Because in the understanding of that, that's when you'll be able to move adequately towards the goal. I was reading a book the other day, and it was saying that the business that we are all on, the business that we are all in or on, the business of life. That is what we are here for. We are here for the business of life. You know, in the business we have where we have profits, we have losses, or we have we're just breaking even. We just somewhere there, right? And that's what life is all about. Sometimes you're gonna have ups, sometimes you're gonna have downs. Sometimes you're gonna feel like you're not even breaking even. You'll feel like you're just in between. You're just gliding through. You're just living day in and day out, right? That is the business that you are in. And when you are down, man, you have to understand that during your down moment, that's when your power is. That's why you have to will yourself in doing the things that you don't want to do, in reading, in focusing on what you need to focus on, because that's the most important thing that you will need to do in your life. When you're not feeling like doing it, that's when you need to will yourself, push yourself to do those things that you need, that are necessary to get you where you're trying to go. So we are all here for the business of life. So since we are all here for the business of life, how are we going to navigate this business of life? How are we going to navigate our profits? How are we going to navigate our losses? How are we going to navigate when everything is just about break even? How are we going to move in our lives? Number one, I truly believe that this is the fundamental thing. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. And working on yourself constitutes working on your mind, working on the skills that you have, cultivating the skills that you have, properly putting yourself well, and putting yourself and preparing yourself for the opportunities that you want in your life. That's all about that is all about working on yourself. Working on yourself will improve your sense of power in life, your sense of focus. Working on yourself will also improve your sense of self-esteem, because once you start understanding yourself better, you start to move better in life, right? You start to move well in life. You start to understand other people better. Because one thing that I've come to realize in life is that we are not all different. We are basically the same people, but showing different qualities. And once you understand self better, you'll be able to recognize other qualities in other people that are not going to annoy you, but you can either learn from or learn how to act around those particular characteristics once you start understanding yourself better. So number one, man, work on yourself. Work on your abilities to be able to navigate through life. This year, this is the one thing, working on yourself. Read books, digest information, focus. When you're given a project, focus on the project. Focus on developing yourself as a human being. The project has to show your abilities that you can be able to execute under pressure, or you can be able to execute things that are before you. Working on yourself, that is so very important. It's going to separate you from the rest of the world. I was listening to a podcast. The man was saying that it is so easy these days to win because so many people are lazy. So many people are not willing to suffer a little bit more. So many people are not willing to go an extra mile. So it's so very easy in this day and age to succeed. So number one, man, work on yourself. Number two, I want you to surround yourself. I've said this before on the weekend special a month ago. surround yourself with the right energy. You see, we rub off on one another. There was a study that was made that many people, it was showing that 80% of people who become obese, even when they have a friend who stays a province away from where they're staying, they are going to have the chances, or they have the chances of being obese also, or they have the chances of them also being fat or being overweight because of the energy. It's not only about contact, it's about frequency, mental frequency. What are you guys talking about when you are with those people? What is it that you're talking about? What information are you transferring to one another? That is going to affect the way you think, affect the way you move. So watch out for the energies that you have around you. Watch out for the people that you have around you, because they are going to affect you in one way or the other. Birds of the same feather flock together. Remember that. Let me leave you with this one. It is a quote. It says that once a man or woman's mind has been expanded with a concept, idea, or an experience, it can never be satisfied going back to where it was. So as you go through this year of 2023, push yourself, push your mind, always be focused, be diligent in what you are doing. Don't be a robot. You're all human beings. Some days you're gonna feel like you don't even wanna get out of bed. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up over that. However, keep the main thing the main thing. Keep the main thing the main thing. Even when it's hard, keep the main thing the main thing. Because at the end of the road, you will come a victor. You will thank yourself later. So once a woman or a man's mind has been expanded with your concept, idea, or an experience, you're going to experience a certain altitude when you start to work on your mind, when you start to work on yourself, right? That when you experience this, you can never be satisfied going back to where your natural mind was. You can never be satisfied going to the mediocre you. You want to always achieve higher, or you always want to strive higher. So I'm asking you, do that for yourself. Do yourself justice. Don't be casual with life. Push yourself in this life. Push the things that you want to achieve in this life. Because if you do that, you will become a victor. Life is all about keeping the things that you said you're going to do to yourself or for yourself. It's about keeping those promises to yourself. It's not about accolades, it's not about applause, it's not about what people say about you, or that you are getting more views or you are getting more claps. No, it's about self-achievement. It's about self-achievement. If I can push myself to get this, I'll be happy. It's like this. Most of us get into an exam room. We have studied, all of us. We always know that there's someone who's going to get 90%, someone is going to get 80%, someone is going to get 50%, someone is going to fail. Right? But if you get into an exam and give your all, whatever you come out with, you will be happy because you gave it your all. So we are in an exam, ladies and gentlemen. We are in an exam of life. This is the business of life. And the only way to win the business of life is to start focusing on self and improving self. Work on yourself continuously. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the weekend special. This has been the weekend special with Karab Mashio. I thank you. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell that will notify you whenever I drop these weekend specials, and share the video with someone who needs this message. I thank you so much.